Hey guys, just before you go into this video, don't expect anything organized. I was completely ranting, and if I'm being quite honest, most of this was just me yapping or ranting about stuff that just went off into multiple tangents. So this is your warning that this is not a professional, written out to the dot, organized video essay. Most of it is just me, talking your ears off, I guess, about stuff. But if you want to hear me do all that, then please continue. But also keep in mind, this is very shittily made. Also, my mic kept popping and peaking the whole time. So if you hear any audio issues, just pretend you don't. Please, for my sake. Anyway, thank you again.
Hello everyone, my name is Avery, otherwise known as Play Gruff. You can call me whatever, I don't really have a preference. Today I wanted to do a little bit of a rant, because that's what most of my video essays are. They are completely unscripted and just totally ranting. But don't worry, I will keep this organized as best I can. And with the new season of Wednesday coming out pretty soon, I wanted to talk about something about the first season that quite bothered me, and how one line in the show ruined it for me. Now, don't get me wrong, this show, it had a lot of faults, but it also had a lot of potential that was completely wasted, thrown out the window, if you will. I wanted to talk about one line that has been stuck in the back of my head ever since this new sneak peek / preview came out and was revealed. Now, this show had a lot of things wrong with it. Not many people liked it, not many people enjoyed it, but they thought it had a lot of wasted potential, a lot of things that could have been addressed, could have been, maybe brought up, but no, it had a lot of stuff wrong with it. But none of that quite bothered me as much as this one line, which I will reveal in a clip right here. Also, please ignore my cat meowing. Do you want to meow into the microphone? Any thoughts? Okay, don't rub your head on that.
What are these? These aren't just ordinary summer camps. These are camps for lycanthropy conversion? Ed, you want to send me to conversion therapy for werewolves
and countryside, and she was howling at the moon in no time, as it should be.
Now, let's get one thing clear. That was a ridiculous scene that should not have been in the show. Now, I know a lot of you might be like, well, it was important for her character arc. You're looking too much into it. It's a metaphor. Okay, but what exactly is it a metaphor for? Okay. For those of you who haven't watched the show, this is Enid Sinclair. She's a new character. She's an original character from the show. She's a werewolf, and she has this thing in her character arc where she can't turn into a werewolf. She can't, quote-unquote, wolf out, which is a ridiculous way of, saying, transform into a werewolf. Wolf out. Replace one word with that with come out, and you got a whole different story on your hands. Which is very weird, because supposedly this character is straight. Supposedly. I haven't seen season 2 yet. But, why would you use conversion therapy as a metaphor, or not even a metaphor, just a straight up hey, this character is about to go to conversion therapy for werewolves. Why would you use conversion therapy, which is a real life practice, for a supposedly straight character? For a straight character who is obviously queer-coded. I'm not projecting. I'm a lot of people, there are so many people that agree with me that this is a weird inclusion and a weird line for the show. Because not only is conversion therapy a real life practice that has been, carried out on real life people who are queer or trans, and you don't put the time and consideration to think that this is a harmful way of showing a character's arc when not only is she straight, I guess, but like she's a queer coded character. So like what was even the point of that line? That line pissed me off so much. Now I won't lie to you guys. I won't lie to you. I'm a Wenclair shipper. I've been there since day one, before the show even came out. I was on the Delulu train with all the other people who were speculating about how, oh my god, Wednesday's gonna be in a gay relationship, when she was not. We were all delusional. The marketing tricked us. So did some of the, like, I don't even know, like, the fan and, like, art misled me so much to think, hey, these two characters are definitely gonna be in a implied relationship at the very least, which they weren't. Well, actually, that's debatable, but that's a whole nother can of worms that I'm not going to open just yet. Maybe I will once the second season comes out, and we will get into that, because thankfully Jenna Ortega is now a writer on the show, because not a lot of people know this, but Jenna was not a big fan of a lot of the writers' decisions to put Wednesday in a love triangle, because that is the most out of character thing you could do for a character that has existed for what, like 100 years, since the 30s? Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure. Like I said, these are unscripted and completely not researched well. And completely unresearched. But I'm pretty sure that the Addams Family comic came out in the 30s. Anyway, this character has existed for a long time, and you have the audacity to disgrace this character, to put her in a completely out of character situation where she's stuck between choosing between two guys that she is absolutely not interested in at all. And to the point where it's like, okay, why are you doing this? This is unlike Wednesday. There were so many things wrong with the show, but I could get past it. Honestly, the one thing that ticked me off the most was that you made the character that is so obviously queer-coded in a straight relationship. Like, maybe she's experiencing compet. That could be a really good, like, arc for her to explore in season 2. Be like, oh, Ajax and I decided we were better off as friends. I thought for a second that that's literally how the show ended. No, I was just misremembering it. It is actually just a fan fiction. I'm confused with the show and got mixed up, because like, what the fuck? The point is that this is a real life thing that happens to people. Unfortunately, they are forced into these situations where they have to deal with changing themselves when they're not ready to or do not want to at all. Like, it's a shitty metaphor, and not only that, but it is just a terrible, irresponsible thing to put out into the world, because not only is this a real life thing that you were completely ignorant of and thought, hey, let's use conversion therapy to compare her how she's having trouble wolfing out to having trouble with, like, being queer, which she's a straight character, so what the fuck? What the fuck? That literally pissed me the fuck off. There are so many moments in the show where you can be like, you can sense the romantic tension between each character. They had more chemistry, more emotion, more everything. That hug had more romantic tension in it than any of the actual kisses in the show. I said what I said, and I know I'm right. Because have you guys read the novelization of season 1 of Wednesday? Because oh my god, I don't know if this is canon or not, but how the hell did they manage to, like, portray so much queerness in this novel that's a canon novelization of season 1? And it's like, yeah, you're nothing, like here, I'll read these to you. Just a second, I'll pull them up. Okay, I will link this in my in the description so you all can read this beautiful moment of Wenclair moments from the novelization for yourself, but I will read you aloud some of the highlighted. My first glance gains me nothing. He appears average in every way, and when you factor in Enid's above average appeal, calculated by facial symmetry, smoothness, and the tone of her skin, ratio of visible skin to clothing, and mastery of beauty product usage, they seem like an unlikely match. Okay, let's read. I cross superior intellect off my mental list of potential reasons Enid is humoring him. Ignore him, she says, turning away with a wave of her hand. He's cute, but cueless. Gorgons spend way too much time getting stoned. I can appreciate the pun. Enid appears pleased. Before I can continue to connect the dots, the window opens behind me. I'll never in a million years admit I'm glad to see Enid, who looks more like she's trying to win a how many contrasting colors can one person wear at a time contest. To my surprise and horror, Enid begins to cry. You know, you really suck at cheering people up, she says. I'm struck by the dual desire to flee as far as I can from this place and to... comfort her? But Enid has been vulnerable with me tonight. Perhaps it wouldn't be so awful to return the favor. I would pay money to see that, I say. She whirls around, her smile adorably canine. I see you, Wednesday. That is so fucking gay. What the fuck? This had to be approved by multiple screenwriters of the show, I believe. Just to, like... Every little gay thought Wednesday has about Enid was approved. Every little thought was approved. So, if you ever tell me I'm delusional or something, or I'm being queer-baited, maybe you're right. But hey, look at this novelization and tell me I'm wrong. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going.
Hi guys, future editing Avery here. He did in fact not keep going, past Avery that is. So... yeah, nobody wants to hear that, so we're just gonna get to the point already.
Here's the thing. Conversion therapy is a real and harmful practice that's been used to try and change someone's sexual orientation or gender identity. It's not something that should be taken lightly or used as a metaphor for something else. By using this metaphor, the show trivializes the experiences of people who have gone through conversion therapy. It's not just a harmless joke or a clever comparison or just a throwaway line that we're not meant to take that seriously. It's a careless use of language that can be hurtful to some viewers, and not only was it hurtful to some others, it was hurtful to me. I don't like that you use that as a metaphor. Wednesday writers, I know you're not watching this, but if you ever find this video, be careful what you say next time before you write it into a show, because that was the dumbest use of that language you could have possibly used. I'm hoping, praying that somehow her character isn't butchered as badly or just used as like that comparison is used as carelessly as it is. I'm just hoping they do Enid and Wednesday both justice, whether they put them in a relationship or not, because honestly, Jenna, I respect you. I think Wednesday's done with relationships for a little bit after what happened in the first season. I will admit, I am excited to see more Wednesday and Enid together, because they are cute and I ship them. But that's another story altogether. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed my short little rant. I had fun making it because I like yapping. That is just the thing about me, is I'm a yapper at heart. But anyway, thank you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you agree or have any thoughts about this video. I am very much welcoming to everyone who has anything they want to say. Anyway, thank you all again. Goodbye. Have a nice day.